May peace and blessings be upon you all. Hi guys, this is Shahadat from Community Health Revolution. Today I'm going to share some knowledge with you, some information with you, I think which will be beneficial if you are a Muslim. The month of Ramadan is approaching, and I'm introducing this program of radical remission in Ramadan for you today. The idea is people during the Ramadan time will be forced. I mean, it's a religious obligation, so you will stay away from food for a huge many hours, and you've got spiritual. You can expect to get a spiritual benefit from that, and I'm sure we all achieve to some extent spiritual benefit, but you can get physical benefit as well. We already know that fasting is one of the most health promoting activities you can have, and in a way, I mean, thinking about it, I think it's a blessing from God. I'm a believer, and that's why I say a blessing from God, not only for spiritual aspect but also for our physical aspect. People who are obese, overweight, diabetic, suffering from high blood pressure, and many other metabolic disorders, you can reverse them in this Ramadan. Because you will not be eating, that is what is required to address all these diseases. Type 2 diabetes, you can get rid of that in 1 month. Very simple. This is people who stay away from sugary, carbohydrate-rich food and eat more protein and fat to keep them going. They can ditch their type 2 diabetes very easily. I've done that. I was pre-diabetic. Fortunately for me, before I was diagnosed as type 2 diabetic completely, I tried to take control over my life, and following fasting and eating low carbohydrate diet, I have managed to reverse that. I have, with the knowledge that I acquired from my nutrition course, I shared this information with my brother, elder brother, and he also followed the same. He had fatty liver problem, and within a few days, the fatty liver went back to normal, and the blood test we did to look at his fatty liver came to be normal. We were so relieved and happy to see that. So you can also achieve the same. The only thing you have to do is you have to well, not only thing, you have to just follow this principle. After breaking your fast, do not have a lot of carbohydrate-rich food. Try to stick to protein more and fat. Fat is the most important bit. Healthy fat, not the vegetable oil. Vegetable oil, you should never consume vegetable oil. Vegetable oil is really, 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 really bad for our health, and we should stay miles away from that. So healthy fat, you should take, for example, animal fat that comes with meat or organ meat. You should have plenty of that. You should have butter, ghee. You can have saturated fat, the other forms of saturated fat, because these other ones that I talked about, they are saturated as well. You can have coconut oil as the saturated fat. You can have some olive oil as well. But for cooking, do not use anything other than coconut oil or ghee. Okay, don't even use the the olive oil for cooking. So if you make your food with coconut oil or ghee or butter, and eat a lot of greens rather than anything else, and stay away from bread, pasta, rice, potatoes, all these sort of things, then by the end of the month, you have to take a lot of salt as well. Between iftar and sehri, suhoor, what you should do is every drink you take, you should add some salt in there. Per day, you need to make sure that your body gets about 2 to 2.5 spoonful of salt, flat full, not heaped full, 2.5 spoonful of salt, about 12 to 15 grams of salt. If you take that, then you will go through the fasting very easily. You will not have headaches and constipation and things like those. And at the same time, you will feel very energetic, and you will realize at the end of the fasting month that your diabetes is gone, your blood pressure gone, your metabolic dysfunction has reversed back to normal. So that's what I'm calling the radical remission in Ramadan. So let's try to use this concept and eat lots of protein, lots of greens, and lots of fat. Cook the greens with ghee or butter, things like those. If you cannot take butter because butter has got the milk proteins and you cannot digest them, or dairy protein, you cannot digest them, stick to ghee, which doesn't have those proteins, so you will not have that problem. If you do that, you will be very pleased to see the weight loss at the end of this month, or you will be very pleased to see how your HbA1c test result says you are no more diabetic. So, and many other health conditions, you can deal with them in this time. So let's try to use the benefit of this month, the physical benefit and the spiritual benefit, of course, and achieve radical remission in Ramadan. So hope this information will help Muslims around the world. If you are a non-Muslim, you can actually follow the same pattern. You don't have to stop eating or drinking even. You can drink simple plain water, add a bit of salt to your water, and you can drink water throughout the day. But since after waking up, you can fast without eating anything, or without eating any carbohydrate especially. You can fast for a few hours, say do it till 2 o'clock. Have your dinner, and then have your next meal at 2 o'clock on the next day. If you do that, or people who will do that will achieve the same result as radical remission in Ramadan program. Okay, so hope this information helps you, and I hope you will be able to take control over your health in this Ramadan using these principles. You are going to fast anyway, and if you follow my the information that I've shared, I hope if you apply that information in your life, you will find that fasting is much easier, enjoyable, and at the end of the month, you will be very pleased to find that your diabetes is in remission. Your weight has substantially gone down, and your blood pressure has gone. Suddenly, if you stand up from sitting down, you'll black out. You'll see things that, you'll feel that experience when we have low blood pressure. So with that, I'll end it today. Remember, radical remission in Ramadan for Muslims and for non-Muslims too. I'll see you in my next video. Take care. Bye-bye.